Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. I am here in where the entrance to Death Mountain is via the Dark World. You can get here now, again, by the warp in the town, or also just north of, or just south of where the Witch's Hut is in the Light World, or just north of the fields with all the Octoroks in the Light World again. There is a hook shot point. You can use that to get here. Anyway, now that we have the hook shot, we can now access another heart piece in this cave. However, you need to have the magic cape as well. There's a sign outside that says, hey, you need the magic cape, but you can get a heart piece. And we had the magic cape, so we can go get a heart piece. Now, this episode is actually going to be in the third dungeon as well. I know I could have made a video of just side questing, but there really wasn't that much, and I didn't want to make you guys just watch another video that was really just bland and nothing. So, the result was that this video is a little bit longer because it includes a little side questing at the beginning and then the third dungeon. But I think most people would rather, you know, watch this with tons of action and stuff as opposed to, oh, he got 3 items, yay. Maybe not though. And warp to the Wet Light World. And now let's head to the Pond of Happiness. Hello, Pond of Happiness. I am back to finish up. We are actually going to, I believe this is the max of both rupees, both bombs and arrows. 70 and 50 is the amount you can get. And on the last one, she just gives you 10 as opposed to 5. So I have 50 and 70 bombs. You can't get any more. We are back now in the Thieves' Town of the Dark World. I know I did a lot of warping there, but just quickly to get things out of the way. That's a frog. We can't do anything with that frog at the moment, but we will. Someday, soon. I don't know when, but eventually we will be playing with that frog. For now, though, we will head over here. Over here is a digging game. Now, if you are a fan of the Zelda series, you'll know there are some heart pieces that you get via digging. One of them is the one in Ocarina of Time with Dampe. That's annoying as hell because you're so luck-based, and this one is also luck-based. So you have to just get lucky in digging to be able to find the heart piece. And it also costs a lot, but luckily if you are good at digging, you should be able to earn enough rupees back so that you don't have to worry about it. But it may take a while for you to actually get the heart piece that's found in this digging game. It's very luck-based. And you just have to be very lucky. And well, tons of red rupees. And a green rupee. And a blue rupee. Oh, I'm almost out of time. Come on. Oh, a heart piece. Well, that was very lucky. Yeah, usually that takes a long time for me to do, and I got really lucky on that. And so now let's head to our third dungeon. I hate this dungeon. I hate this dungeon. I hate this dungeon. I hate it so much. Oh my god, it's the worst dungeon in the world. I really don't like this dungeon at all. And I hate the boss above all else, but I hate this dungeon. It's really not a fun dungeon at all. It's not even that bad, and I kind of, I always forget what I'm doing usually and get lost, but, you know, if you know what you're doing, it's pretty short, but, it's just a really annoying dungeon overall. So it's the Skullwoods dungeon. I think it's called Skullwoods. Basically, there's multiple entrances and exits to this dungeon. Some of them are via holes, some of them are via that bush exit, via skulls. But part of it is, you know, it's really kind of a maze of sorts. And I always forget exactly what I need to do. So it's not a fun dungeon. I wouldn't necessarily say it's the worst dungeon. It's not. The boss, however, makes me want to just. I hate the boss. I hate him so much. He is such. It's not even that he's hard. You'll see. It's the environment that you fight him in that makes him such an annoying, obnoxious, disgusting, vile creature. Anyway, this dungeon also features a new enemy that we will see, and actually several new enemies, but they're also very annoying as well, and you will see that there is a lot of fighting in this dungeon. Probably because of the fact that, of the enemies that we will be getting to meet pretty soon. Let's head up to the left. Over here is another entrance. I could go in the holes, but usually these entrances lead to an entire new area where the holes just lead to a certain area. Here we have Gibdos. something interesting about Gibdos, if you burn them, which you can do, I think, with the lant. What the hell is a lant? Lantern, or lamp, and there's a, ceiling master, no, wall master. But, anyway, the Gibdos, if you burn them, they just, usually like in other games they'll turn into Stalfos. No, I think in this one, they 100% just disappear. So that can make it quicker. Otherwise, they take a long time to kill. They're very resilient. Wall Masters are constantly appear in this dungeon, even if you kill them, and they're very annoying. They're not hard to dodge, they're just annoying. Now, you might wonder, I think I talked about this in Minish Cap when I did that Let's Play, but you might be wondering, well, Wall Master, why the heck are they called Wall Masters? They walk around. And then there's Floor Masters in, like, Ocarina of Time that walk on the floor. Well, here's why they're called Wall Masters. In the first Zelda, they were, they came through the walls. They didn't drop through the ceiling like they do now. They walked through the walls and came at you. So in the first game, they made sense. They were Wall Masters. In later games, they fall. So in Japan, they've changed their name to Fall Masters. In America, they just decided it was easier just to keep calling them Wall Masters. So therefore, they are still called Wall Masters. Again, doesn't really make much sense because they don't have anything to do with walls, but yeah, that is why they are called Wall Masters, because they were called it in the original game, and NOA is lazy. So, but yeah, this is what a lot of the dungeon is killing these Gibdos, which again I could burn. I'm just lazy and I don't feel like killing them or you know, logically that doesn't make any sense, because if I'm lazy I would just burn them as opposed to fighting them. But part of it is I don't want to waste magic. It's not that hard to get magic, but because they appear, there's a lot of magic drops in this dungeon because they know you're gonna need it. Can't push that one. Push this one. I always wonder what those statues. I guess they're knights. Like they look like knights of like Hyrule, but you know they're very kind of abstract looking statues. I can't really tell. I guess I can a little bit. I mean, obviously there's the shield and there's his helmet, but it's kind of an abstract-looking statue, personally. What else can I talk about? Well, has there been any... well, at the time of recording this, I'm recording this before Christmas. And for those who don't celebrate Christmas, the holidays. Well, Christmas for me. But, I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm recording this before Christmas, so at this time I'll know what I got for Christmas. But, what I'm hoping to get, I guess, and I'll talk about my thoughts of them before I play them. And I hope I get these. I don't know if I'm going to, but I hope I'm getting Golden Sun, DS, Dark Dawn, Donkey Country Returns, Fling Smash, which is a game that has the Wii Remote Plus included in it, and it's like an arcade-style game. Metroid Other M, and Epic Mickey. Now, Epic Mickey is one of those games that I wasn't really... it wasn't on my radar at all, and it also has kind of received some mixed reviews. There's a lot of people who absolutely don't like it because of the camera, from what I've heard, but from past experiences, I really can't go on other people's, you know, views of controls, because there's been times that people have said controls are awful, and I've played the game and I've had absolutely no problem with the controls. So I really, you know, I can't base it off that. Now, they said the story is great, they said the, you know, artwork is great, but Epic Mickey is one of those games that I wasn't on my radar, and then it showed up at E3. And the more I found out more, the more I was like, wow, this is actually kind of interesting. And then I played a demo at GameStop, and I was like, yeah, I definitely want to try this out. I mean, the camera already from the demo I could tell was going to be kind of annoying, but... You know, I've N64 era. I'm used to bad cameras. There are a lot of games on the N64 that have meh cameras, and honestly, you know, whether or not it's bad or not, I'll just suffer through it. And you could say, well, what's a flaw and it makes the game worse? Yeah, but you know, I'm willing to at least give it a try. But anyway, it's one of those games that it wasn't on my radar. It wasn't one I was really that concerned about, and the more I found out about it, the more I want to play it. Like, I actually do really want to play this game. Dragon Country Returns has got tons of good ratings. I'm definitely going to look forward to that. There's, you know, definitely a game that I want to try. And Metro Other M is another game, kind of like Epic Mickey, but even more so, that's got tons of mixed reviews. And one that I want to try because I really think the gameplay looks quite good. I know some people have complained about that. So it's like, if someone says, well, you just don't like the game because of the story, which seems to be the major complaint, well, they'll go, well, no, it's not. I don't care about the story. I care about the gameplay. And I don't know if it's just them trying to defend themselves or if they truly do believe that, which is fine. I don't care. You know, your opinion's your opinion, but personally I want to try it because to me it looks decent. To me it looks like a great game, and I'm actually looking forward to it. I don't want any spoilers because I haven't played it yet. But I want to try it out. You know, I'm open to new games or any kind of game. Personally, I try and keep an open mind. You know, because a lot of times anything that's changed from a series, people are like, how dare you touch my series and its sanctity? How dare you do that? And it's like, dude, you know, have an open mind. It's not like that big of a deal. You know, something's not ruined just because they changed an aspect. It may be an aspect you don't necessarily like, but, you know, I tend to try and develop a position of whenever someone, you know, is really dislikes something that initially, I try and develop a position of defending it, mostly, not only because I think it's good, and sometimes I do, but more of, you know, don't judge immediately. Try and, you know, first of all, hey, don't judge until you play the game. And I know some people say, well, you don't need to play a whole game to truly know if you like a game. But for me, yeah, you do. You kind of had to play the entire game to fully understand, or at least a good half of it. I mean, the first 10 minutes you could be like, or the first level of a game you could be like, eh, you know, this is interesting, or it's not, it doesn't really entertain me. But you can't truly tell because there are some games that start off really slow and only get good until the end. And hello, Fire Rod. Fire Rod, unlike the Ice Rod, will actually be using quite a bit. But the Fire Rod is going to be useful in this dungeon because it can get rid of Gibdos and also other things. And now it's time to head to the main part of the dungeon, or I guess the main, or the boss's lair. Yeah, but, I don't know, I had a whole discussion with friends who were like, well, I play games for fun, and if a game can't give me fun, you know, if I play 10 minutes of a game and it's not all that good, I'd rather play a game I know is going to be fun as opposed to trying something new, which, you know what, that's their opinion, that's how they view it, and, you know, I can't complain about their opinion. I mean, I can say I don't agree. I personally, I'm not saying play a game and suffer through it if it's horrid, but, you know, being someone who's usually used to, you know, sticking and staying with, you know, what's safe and what's normal, I kind of have tried to develop a stance of trying the new, trying something that's different. Now, it doesn't always work for me, but I try and, for a while I was trying to buy games that I, you know, not used to, and the problem with that was, they were a lot of Sega games, and after buying Sonic and the Secret Rings, I kind of lost that kind of desire because it wasn't that good at all. But, you know, I kind of getting it back the more I find out. Like, I bought Okami, was a game I wasn't sure about, and I bought it, and I like it a lot. So, you know, it depends on the money, too, because sometimes people just don't have the money. But I honestly, you know, if I was to get every game on Earth for free, yeah, I would try all of them. I wouldn't be, first of all, I don't think, would anyone honestly say, well, I got all the games on Earth for free, I'm not going to try them all because I don't think this game's going to be any good. No, I think if you had all the games in the world, then you would probably try them. But I guess my thing is, I'm not saying, I play games for fun, but I also play games for experience as well. So I like trying new experiences in games. So as much as fun as I have, you know, again, I'm not one who necessarily plays multiplayer. So while it might be fun, like, to play a multiplayer game over and over again, for me, I like trying new single-player games. I'm definitely more of a single-player gamer than I am a multiplayer gamer. But yeah, and then Fling Smash, I've also heard that one have a lot of back control complaints, which I don't. There's like 2 reviewers on Earth are the only ones to, like, there are 2 reviewers out there, reviews out there I've seen that the controls are absolutely fine, they might have a few issues, and then everyone else has been like, nope, they're god-awful. And like, my thing is, well, wait, they're, you know, I mean, you could say, well, the majority rules, but you know, I kind of, the fact that there's 2 people who are saying that they're perfectly fine and are having no issue controlling it, and then the other people are saying it's awful. There's 2 absolutes. It's like, no, I want to try this for myself. And the thing is, even if it is bad, it's a $40 or it's a $50 game. I think it's a $50 game, yeah. But anyway, you're getting the Wii Remote Plus for its normal price, and you get a $10 game for free. So it's really, even if the game is horrid, it's not like that bad of a deal. And I'm willing to try it out. You know, have an open mind. And then Golden Sun, I like the Game Boy games. I haven't played them in a long time. But I did like the Game Boy games, so I am looking forward to that. I think some of the reviews I've heard, and again, I don't base all my opinion on the reviews because I know it really depends on the reviewer themselves. But and I know that people can abuse opinions too. I mean, okay, Entertainment Weekly had a whole article, and they put it was a list that had 3 people had chose their tops. And I don't know how they decided it, but Kirby's Epic Yarn was decided to be the worst game of the year, or yeah, the top worst game of the year. And you know, and the reasoning was, well, it's too cute. That, in my opinion, isn't. And again, it's an Entertainment Weekly, but that, in my opinion, is an abuse of opinions, because you're influencing people that the game is bad, and yeah, you give reasoning. And you think people could deduce that it was, you know, that they're kind of faulty reasoning, but it's like, hey, I don't think that's your opinion that you don't like the game or that you're disappointed in the game, but I don't think that's a reasoning as to why the game is bad. There's nothing really, personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with the game, but it might not be your kind of game. You might not be into that cuteness, which is fine. But does that make it the worst game of the year? I don't think so at all. I think there are a lot worse games. Then again, though, at the same time, what's kind of sad is, well, that gets people's attention. As opposed to putting a game that's actually bad, it's more attention-grabbing if you put a game that's actually, you know, good as the worst game. And that's, you know, that's how you get people who, you know, write horrible reviews about good games. It's to get, you know, people's attention. And it works. But yeah, was I saying something else about, I was talking about, games, but I don't know. Anyway, I don't pay that much attention to reviews, but Golden Sun, I've heard the reviews be like, well, Golden Sun is, you know, it's not necessarily as good as the originals, but it's still good. You know, like, kind of like it's mediocre, it's average, which isn't a bad thing. But yeah, I'm looking forward, hopefully I'll get those. I don't know if I will, and if I don't, I'll probably buy them myself anyway. But I'm looking for playing those, and I'll let you know when I do play them. And hello, the worst boss on Earth, Mothula. I hate you, 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 I hate you. Times infinity. Automatically, we can already tell why this boss is annoying. You're on a moving conveyor belt with that changes direction, and you have spikes. And yeah, I died. I died on this boss. Luckily, I have a fairy. But yeah, this boss is horrendous. It's moving conveyor belts, spiked walls, laser beams. The fire rod is its weakness. It will kill it faster, but it's hard to even hit it sometimes because it's constantly moving very fast. This boss is just horrendously awful. If you have, damn it, if you prepare, you would be okay. But I'll be right back. One epic quest to obtain 3 blue potions later. Okay, let's kill this thing. Yeah, so I hate this boss. I abhor him. He is awful. He is really horrendous, mostly because of the arena. And I've seen people say, oh no, Mothula is not that bad. At least one person. And then they say that the boss of the next dungeon is actually worse. I never found the boss in the next dungeon all that bad. I mean, he can be bad. But seriously, spiked walls, conveyor belts, laser beams? Yeah, this boss is horrendous. And yeah, I got some blue potions now I can use to refill my magic and refill my health. Luckily. So let's kill this thing. One more hit, hopefully. Maybe. Oh, it wasn't one more hit. There we go. Heart piece. And in the center, grab the crystal. Yay! Okay, now that that awful boss is dead. I hate moths in general. I don't like bugs, so that even makes it even worse because I don't like bugs and I hate moths. So, you know, put one of the things I hate in terms of, you know, animals and then make it in the worst arena ever. Because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you! Do you know the prophecy of the Great Cataclysm? This is the way I hear it. If a person who has an evil heart gets the Triforce, a hero is destined to appear. That's not really... well, I guess it's the prophecy of what happens after. He alone must face the person who can begin the Great... Well, that's not really the prophecy of the Great Cataclysm. It's the prophecy of what happens after the Great Cataclysm, but whatever. Who protects the royalty of Hylia can become the hero? You are of the Red Line, aren't you? Then you must rescue the princess without fail. Do you understand? Yes. Yes, here we go. May the way of the hero lead you to the Fire Force. It has been made for honor, reminding you...